What up, y'all? This is your girl Shan from She Gets a Podcast. Welcome to another season 7. What's Real Anyway? Where I get more direct than usual because I think that's what people need. People need that honesty. People need to hear what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. This episode, I wanted to talk about personal responsibility, taking ownership and accountability before inviting someone else into your space to see and experience the unfinished, not understood, and still needing improvement you project. It's your responsibility. We're talking about things you need to do before inviting other people into the relationships you think you want. If anyone out there needs some help, some therapy, here's some good resources to check out. Please check out therapyforblackgirls.com, blacktherapistnetwork.com, www.beam.community, and Black Virtual Therapist Directory is what Beam means. All right, let's get into the show. So I want to talk about a few things that are your responsibility, should be your priority before being in a relationship, taking the dating to the next level of being something serious, whatever you want to label it, whatever you want to call it. I want to talk about what is your responsibility, meaning nobody else needs to make you, nobody else needs to drag you, nobody else needs to help you do your work. Your work is your work. It's a you project, not a us project, not a them and me, not a y'all. It's a you project, okay? Know how to communicate when you're sad, angry, lost, unsure, aroused, scared, and passionate is your responsibility. Dealing with your childhood trauma is your responsibility. I had to do that for myself. I see big differences in people who do that for themselves. It actually allows them to understand who they are in adult life and why they do what they do when they have a clear understanding as to what they're dealing with and what work they need to do to finish up. Dealing with past relationship abuse is your responsibility, meaning you can't get into a new relationship or the next relationship dragging in fear, dragging in being mean, being avoidant, distant, because you're scared of what this person might do because you experience X, Y, and Z. Deal with your own issues before getting into another relationship because it will show up. It will show up. Being comfortable in your body is your responsibility. So, when a person gives you their honest opinion, when you ask them if they like something, or do you look cute in this, or if they give you a compliment and you don't know how to take it, you don't like it, you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror, you don't like people appreciating who you are, what you look like, and your beauty, you need to go see somebody. Dealing with your need for attention, whether it's good or bad, is your responsibility. There's a lot of adult women and men needing to be looked at, needing to be talked about, needing to be seen when they're sad, needing to be seen when they're in the hospital, needing to be seen when they're going through every situation in their life. And that's an issue. Social media does not help, okay? Them cameras, that video, them Snapchats, it does not help. Like, why do I need to see you in the hospital? Like, are you addressing bad treatment? Are you addressing a disease? Are you addressing you living with the illness? No? You have no caption? So you're waiting for me to ask you what's wrong? There's something wrong with that. So you need to address that. That's your responsibility. Dealing with your fear of being alone is your responsibility. A lot of people end up in relationships that they know they should not be in, or relationships that have been dead for the last 5 years, but they're holding on because it's somebody and they don't want to look like they don't have nobody. So a body there is better than nobody. And that's an issue. Okay. Figure that out. Dealing with your irresponsibility with your finances is your responsibility. A lot of women are looking for a man to take care of her, to buy her things she cannot afford, to make her look pretty, to give her this life, this status of being rich and wealthy, but she does not know what she needs to do for herself. She does not know how to obtain it, and she does not know how to take care of it. Like, if I can't afford a Lamborghini truck, out of all the vehicles you could have bought for me, and you buy me a Lamborghini truck, and I can't even afford to do the maintenance on a Lamborghini truck, I don't want a Lamborghini truck, you know? And I think on social media, things like that look glorious and it looks amazing. And I wish I had somebody in my life to do that for me, but it's not realistic. It's not realistic. Like, when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, their relationship is probably really, really, really missing the fundamentals. I don't know them personally, but I wouldn't want the world looking and judging me on my elaborate gifts that someone gives me for clout, because he could have easily gave her that truck and not be like a social media post, not be on social media for likes and discussions. Like, unnecessary. Dealing with your weight of not having a good father or a good mother is your responsibility. A lot of people get into relationships and they don't know how to treat men in relationships because their father wasn't there. So they don't know what it is to have a good man in their life. They don't know what that looks like. They don't know what the nurturing looks like to go into that. A lot of males seen the treatment of their mothers with other men growing up, and they tend to talk down to women. They tend to belittle women, and they tend to make women feel like items instead of human beings. So that, to me, a man and a woman needs to deal with their lack of seeing healthy men and healthy women in their lives before they come together and want to have this relationship, let alone come together and have a child. And then all of the negativity you're now pouring into this child that does not understand what it's like to have healthy parents. So you see how the snowball is not helping anybody? So address it separately. Dealing with your fear of commitment is your responsibility. You can talk to a therapist. You can talk to a couple that is married as to what made them take the commitment, what work needs to be done before I take a commitment. What does a commitment look like? What's their version of ups and downs within their marriage. Like, if you have questions about what that is, or you don't even understand why a person would commit, talk to somebody, okay? Because you can't be in a relationship for years and years and years, and this person that you're with tells you that they want a marriage, tells you that they want to be engaged, tells you that they want this lifestyle of a commitment, and you sit there and know that you don't believe in that type of relationship. You probably don't believe in monogamy. You probably don't believe in only being with one person. Don't you think they deserve to know that? Don't you think they deserve to understand your full purpose or your full goal in life? A lot of negativity and bitterness and resent happens when people aren't honest and truthful, and they lay out what they actually want on the table. And I think once people understand that it is their responsibility to let that be known and let that be said and not assumed, listen, you don't have to worry about being with the wrong person, okay? A lot of people need to understand that dealing with your gay phobia is your responsibility. Like, you can't be with someone and be like, oh, You got a gay friend. I'm not with that shit. I don't want to go out. I don't want to be at the function. No, I can't be around your family because they choose to have that sexuality that they have. They choose to have this sexual preference that they have, or this is their lifestyle. Like, why is somebody else's sexuality an issue for you? Why is it affecting you? Are they having sex with you? Are they throwing themselves on you? Are they arousing you in any way? Is it something that has to do with your sexuality? Are you questioning your sexuality because you're attracted to it? Like, deal with you and that before you bring it to complete strangers that did nothing to you. Okay? You see it all the time. You hear it all the time in these sideways comments that straight men automatically have an issue being around other gay men. Okay? They cool with gay women. They cool with women that like women. But when it comes to a man that likes a man, they don't want to be around it. They're automatically uncomfortable, or they have an issue with it, or they need to talk down on it. Okay? Deal with the responsibility of you understanding why you're so bothered. All right? The exploration of your true sexuality is your responsibility. Again, it's a branch off of the same thing. You know, I feel like sometimes when people are super bothered by lesbians, or super bothered by gay men, or super bothered by somebody that's bisexual, it's because they haven't fully explored their limits and their boundaries on their sexuality. And so being around someone that's very fluid and very honest about what their sexuality is, it makes them uncomfortable, because now they're forced to dig within themselves and be like, hey, am I attracted to that? Hey, we like the same thing, so am I this? You know, get comfortable with your body, okay? Get familiar with what you like. Explore porn. Explore different types of sexuality. Read. Like, there's unlimited resources out here for you to understand. Is this a thing? Okay, I don't know what this means. Let me read the definition and see what this means. So you can be comfortable out here in society among other people that have the right to choose their own sexuality. Okay, that is your responsibility. No one else's. Your girlfriend doesn't have to educate you. Your mom doesn't have to educate you. Your sister, your brother. You know, nobody has to educate you on why they chose or why they are the way that they are. Okay? Explore why you're bothered. Okay? That's nobody else's responsibility. The last one is understanding your worth, desires, and boundaries is your responsibility. Nobody else needs to be setting the boundaries you have for yourself. You set them. Okay? And if you're unsure on what your boundaries are and your worth is, go talk to somebody. Or talk it through with someone that you actually admire, or you value, or you respect. Okay? These are just some of the personal responsibilities you have before you include anyone else into your life, into your shit, into your problems. Okay? Because most of the times, the problems that people have with other people are their own issues within themselves. Thank you for listening to She Gets It. I hope this helps somebody. And if you know somebody this can help, please share and pass it along. Peace.
What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? These ultra-low net-carb baked goods contain zero sugar, fewer calories, and more protein than the leading brands, and are high in fiber to support gut health. Shop now at Hero.co.